Hey, everyone, just making sure it was live. I want to record the rest of this backtesting week for, I think it's last week, yeah. Got up to Tuesday, 28th, pretty crazy first couple of days. I think it was 53% available. Obviously, I'm not trading 24/7, so I do label what was an Asia session because I trade London and New York. So I think without, what's that, 17, something like, still almost 40% available, which is really cool. So I wanted to finish off the rest of the week. I thought I'd go live and do this. And then if that goes all right, I'll then just repost the video later. Let me just remove this. You can see a lot of backtesting folders. That's what gave me so much confidence in the strategy and how I ended up getting funded. But yeah, so I've put it where we started. We're pretty much still between this 4-hour high, 4-hour low. This is still a week low, expected to be broken until this high is broken. But we have seen a reaction out of this extreme 4-hour POI. But that's pretty much all we really need to know at this point. Don't need to dive. You can watch the last video if you want to see like the higher time frames. I've marked out this. It's probably the only time I would take a risk entry would be out of an extreme 4-hour POI and following 4-hour trend. So we'll wait for that. Maybe I'll stick it on the screen. This is one, depending on what time of day it comes. That's what I'm looking at. 7.8. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Just so I don't forget to when it comes to it, because that's what I would have there. But pretty much last one we ended on a loss, which gave us this 15-minute shock. I'm just going to delete some of this so it's a bit clearer. Yeah, sweet. I know what else duplicated so many times. Okay. So this would be the next option with the chalk. Yeah, in here, down here, but let's see. Okay. Well, now we've got a confirmed 15-minute break of structure. Let's see. I don't really like to trade trend reversals when we're not within a 4-hour POI. So let me just have a quick look why we've rejected. Let me get my premium discount out. Oh yeah, I guess. So that's unmarked, but this really is the unmitigated 4-hour. That's where I've got my 2 minutes out of. So I guess we have tagged it. So it is a valid chalk. Normally I don't. Chalk for me is a change of character. Pretty much like an initial, I wouldn't say break of structure, but just when you've gone, we've been pushing up, and we've broken the last low. For me, that would be chalk. But I only really count it as chalk if it's out of a 4-hour POI. Otherwise, it could be fake chalk or just a liquidity sweep or something like that. So, yeah, okay, we've taken this 4-hour unmitigated, had the chalk, had now a 15-minute break of structure, which is essentially a confirmed reversal. It's pretty big 2 minute, almost as big as 15, so. And I guess, let's just have a look. Where we want to target. I think for me, first target would be this liquidity down here. But we are getting, it's getting a bit later, 5 p.m. European time. And let me go back to the 15 minute. Maybe if you're not watching now and you want to watch later, you could probably speed it up. But it is a bit of a process, you know. Good backtesting, solid backtesting, backtesting is what you want to do to emulate real life as much as possible. Yeah, I think that's where I would target. Ooh, pause that quickly. Would we have got tagged in? If I set my thing up right on 2 minutes, then I'll make it easier to see. I'll delete the 15 behind. So that's, whoa, maybe. Would really depend on spreads. For the sake of it, for a bit more exciting, we'll call it that we're in. Okay, so let's see. Okay. While we have that, we've had another 15-minute break of structure. This is the one. It's pretty much just like this. We're just following down. We're just following down the 15 trend until we get to a 4-hour POI, and then we look at reversals potentially, just like we did here. You can see, if you haven't watched the last video, I suggest going back and watch it. Very annoying. I recorded it all bar by bar, but the file, didn't work. And so I uploaded like a short video, but it was just, we had the 4 chock, break of structure, confirm reversal, trade, entry. A lot of the times I'm experimenting with targeting breaks of structure, targeting supply, or following up my stop loss with 5-minute market structure. Seems to be the best at the moment, but I still got a lot of data, working on getting more data on that. Just because, with some of them, you don't get the full amount and it comes back on you a bit, but for things like this, where it runs, you can potentially have a really good trade. Okay, so that's the 2 minute. I would say the same here. Give it 0.5, quite big 2 minute POIs. And target, I guess this liquidity below. Got some equal lows there. Oops, sorry, I'll move that off. Oh, we're on the 5 minute. Let me just change back to the 15, otherwise it'll take quite a while. Yeah, I might try edit the final video a bit. Okay. Yeah. So this one did not get, so we'll delete that. This one has hit target. Not bad. What's the time? It's kind of perfect timing. That's where I would have probably closed it out manually anyway if we weren't there. If we were tagged in, it would depend on the broker. Plus, sorry, what was it again? 2.5. Not bad. Okay. Guess we had a breaker structure there, but we didn't get the pullback. We're sort of just grinding down now. Okay. Sort of taken some of the Yeah, I'm just going to see how it plays out. We're in spread hours now. See what Asia does. Don't have any trades right now. Not clear. It's just a bit of a grind down. I wouldn't recommend people trading this time anyway. Okay, so Asia session's open. Okay, let's see where we reacted. Still a bit of this imbalance to fill, but doesn't always have to fill it straight away. Pretty good. Got a break of structure, but this high was put in spread hours, so tends to be relatively weak. 15-minute shock in Asia. We've got two options here. Got the consolidation, even though it's a white candle consolidation before moving up. But I think as we're in no man's land, I would wait for another breaker structure. I wouldn't take this just because it's not out of any sort of point of interest that I had marked out. I think that's what you need to be a bit more like, get people just taking the high probability trades. So we've got breaker structure here. And yeah, so I guess that's like a reversal. So let me have a look. Be interesting. I don't really trade Asian session, so let's see if it plays out. I'm very aware of London. Loves to sweep, take liquidity from Asia. Same like New York. I speak. New York tries to can sweep London or reverse London. It's not like hard rules, but it's something to be aware of on the opens. Yeah, so I guess that's the uptrend. But we'll get to see how it goes for people that are trading in Asia. This is like unmitigated supply. So I think maybe we'll just keep this, see how this plays out. Yeah, so we'll just try aim for the 15 high if we do get tagged in. All right, so no tag on that. We've now got another break of structure. Okay, let's look at the last 15 that led to the break. And down to the last 2 minutes. Hopefully we get a tag soon enough. Otherwise it'll be a bit boring. But yeah, this is pretty much just, you know, if I would do the same thing in Asia. I haven't back tested it so much, so it's pushing pretty hard. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's coming back to that. Okay, it looks like we've just swung this high. Interesting. Let me have a look if there was anything. Maybe I get a chance to show you on my 5-minute strategy. No. Very impulsive. Okay, we've got London here. Not too far away from this. Let's go back to the 15. Okay, let's pause for a second. Okay, I had this. $15 break of structure. Let me have a look. This is the low. So let me just zoom in on the 2 minutes. Got 2 spots that we'd look at. I guess that one's already been tagged. So let's go to the extreme. Let me just mark that out. I'll keep an eye on how market structure is coming back into this. Because, yeah, this is a bit interesting PA, but this would be the extreme 2 minutes. And then at this point, I guess we could aim for this, is where I'm trying to get, but be conservative. Okay. Interesting. So add that breaker structure. Let's have a look where it retested. Maybe a learning point here. So it would be okay, so that we took the last 2 minutes that led to the breaker structure. Let's see if it would have tagged. Yeah, interesting. When it's not clean like this though, I tend to like the extreme just because this can easily be swept for liquidity. And yeah, so we'll say that's no tag. Got a little slogan, you know, when it's not clean, go the extreme. Can't go wrong. Okay, so then we've got another 15-minute breaker structure. Hopefully I didn't click through this too quick. Looks like it's already pushing up. Okay, this is the 15. This would be the 2. It's all getting a bit blue and messy. Might get rid of this 4 hour here because we have our main one that we're working with up here. This is where we're at thinking it's going to go. So, and we know anywhere in here now we could look for reversals. 15. Okay. Okay, filled that imbalance, broken above the high. Let's see what happens. Actually, I forgot to put. Guess we just take it up to here, where we're trying to go short. If we get filled. Let me just mark this out. Let's have a look if we have any 5-minute structure. Okay. I'm going back to 15. Sorry, just a bit slow. Alright. So we've got, yeah. That's when it gets a bit impulsive. It can get pretty tricky. Try get an entry. Yeah. Well, on the bright side, we've been tagged into this one by probably half a pip. And that one, essentially, if we're looking at I guess I don't want to reveal too much, but we'll see. No, it hasn't revealed anything. Let's have a look. We've got an internal 4-hour structure. Break. Okay. Just mark out this. because we've got conflicting sort of external leg is 4 hour bullish, but we've got internal external is 4 hour bearish, internal 4 hour bullish. So I would say conservative. I guess we go there. Pretty nice, 12 hour. But that's like a risk entry. So let's see if we get, I would usually, if this is live, I'd have, this level marked and an alert to see if we get this. Yeah, aye, bang, chock. It's looking very strong. At this point, I'd probably move my stop loss to just above the wick because we've got this 15-minute chock now. I don't expect it to come all the way. Well, I'm wrong if it goes past the wick again, I would say, especially New York putting in the high. So let's have a look. This is a 15 that led to the chock. Okay. This wick looks pretty tempting. Might just cover it. Let's see. Just because this has been mitigated, it could be. I'll do this because that was the candle that led to it. Interesting. Honestly, at this point, I know we are internal. We've got chock out of an extreme. Honestly, I guess there's a couple areas we could bounce from, but I don't actually have any like solid trades out of here. Just grind it up. We could easily just punch all the way through without even pulling back. So that's just no high probability trades there. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I use my, oh, here we go, sorry. I use my monitor, so that's why. Okay, sometimes you do get this, you bounce out of old untested areas that you had marked out, but I always just try to trade with the current trend. Oh, awesome. Okay, so I forgot to mark this out. So 5.9. Would have got very close, but pretty much could aim for the same. We're expecting, conservative here with high time frame trend there. And let's keep moving, see if there's any other entries. So I don't mind this either. If you're in a, potentially you've missed this, you could look at this as like a 15 confirmation. You don't really get these that often. So it's like an internal. Let me just I've got some marks out for that. And so, but yeah, it's not really that clean. Be interesting to see if it plays. Yeah, let's have a look. I'll just mark it out for, this did sweep some liquidity, so I don't see why it wouldn't play. This is a chock. No, I prefer to take this to this. This gives us a wick down. And yeah, I guess this would be, we didn't break the low, but we've had that internal shock. So it's interesting to see if this plays out. How long have I been live for? 25 minutes, not too bad. Okay. Maybe I'll edit this a little bit for when I post it. So it's not so raw. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Anything you want to see extra or any questions or anything at all, just comment or even follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. I'm always open to answer those and willing to help. So let's see. We're in this. So real life situation, I'm not going to be entering this. This is like something if you've missed these first two. And it looks like we've got tagged. Spread hours, a little bit risky. Wouldn't be taking this. Yeah, spread hours is a little bit unrealistic, you know. Maybe Asia, if you wanted the Asia Open, potentially. We've seen the setup. But we'll note this down and that it was tagged in spread hours that we don't normally, well, I always count what I don't normally trade. It's kind of, again, we've held the lows. You know, potentially there is a setup. It's like a 15 in. I would just see if we get tagged in before London Open, because I would be a little bit worried about London cleaning all this up, but let's mark it up anyway. I like to just mark up every opportunity. Then you can get a real, you know, because in like a real trading situation, you know, you're not, you know, here it feels like, oh yeah, we just got that trade, no worries. But you know, maybe it's taken 5 hours to get that trade. Maybe it's taken 2 days, you know, something like that. So, what am I doing? So you have to, I'm also starting to record that as well, like duration, average duration of trades and all that sort of stuff. That's why I do like to be realistic. Essentially, like with these couple that I've been in, I don't hold overnight, so I will record that I would have probably closed manually for 4 and 5, but for the sake of, you know, for everyone involved, people, you know, might hold trades overnight. Everyone trades a little bit differently. This would be the ultimate target. Sorry, can't speak. Okay, interesting. Probably if you traded retail, you'd be a bit nervous about all these shorts because you're like, what are these? Like, it's called a bull flag or something like that after a huge impulsive move. But we know we're in a 4-hour downtrend and we've just had 50-minute shock and out of the 4-hour extreme POI or order block. So yeah, it looks like, what do we got here? Whether I delete this or not, as it is the extreme, there's potential because I can see London cleaning this up. Maybe if I gave like another pip, then we could probably leave it there, or even have my entry at the liquidity being taken. But let's just leave it for now. Okay, let's zoom in a bit local. Yeah, sort of just London's pretty much just swept this liquidity. I guess that was a trade there. I was too focused on this coming back. This is like an internal, but there was nothing for it. I'll just mark it out. Okay, and then this is sort of once it starts getting quite impulsive. I guess you could say that's, I don't know if I'd, because that's a break. Yeah, I guess that's where it's rejected from up there. Take the liquidity. Let's see if it would have been a nice trade. But we'd want, well, looks like it would have. 50-minute POI, 2 minutes. Oh, yep, would have been beautiful. So pretty much, would be a 15-minute breaker structure here. We've had this consolidation here. That's what liquidity and push. But for me, this isn't considered a breaker structure because we didn't break. Two lows here. I'm going to make a video about my breaker structure as well. So I would just see this as liquidity to be taken for London. So we'll put this in like hindsight. I'm just going to show you because I haven't done so many videos, just so you can see. You know, this was the last breaker structure again, following the downtrend, and with the same target, I guess. 21. Oof. Bad one to miss. Oh well, let's see if we can get another one. Okay, we got 15-minute breaker structure again. It's just simple. I don't think a trade is meant to be exciting at all. You know, you're just following your plan, following your edge, and just on repeat, you know. So, let me just see, pull that across, swap some liquidity. Do really like the look of that candle, but you know, sometimes the ones that look the best don't even get touched. So okay, 5.5. On Thursday. Oh, that's good. It's not taking too long. Let's go to 15. I think it's just because what I've done with these 2-minute POIs. You can backtest it yourself, but I backtest months and months of data on it. I was trying 1 minute for a long while, and I kept missing a lot of them. So I moved up to the 2-minute. I do have some discretions determined on imbalances and such. And what we got? Yeah, okay. So we still broke this low and this low. Hopefully it's not too late again. So that's still 2 lows broken for me. We got a bit of a crazy wick. This would normally, this is where it can trick you a little bit. This would normally, looks good. It's even rejected there. But if you look, this is part of, there was definitely, okay, let's go on to 1 minute, maybe it's a bit clearer. Yeah, so here we go. We got a big sweep of liquidity. You could either, you know, take you'd be tagged now. Personally, what I do to get an even better entry is I will have show that just so it's clear. And then I'll take my entry at the sweep of the liquidity, because a lot of people are going to put their stops here and negate this But to me, that's like some money coming in the market, wanting to push us down. So it's a big money to leave a wick like that. So I still cover the top. Potentially even a wick, I'd give it like 6. And let's have a look. Okay, you could take it, you'd be already tagged in. I like doing it like that. Just, we could easily take this wick, but it is the highest point, so it is the extreme point. So go back to the 15, see how it plays. But I think with that wick hanging above, it just would be risky to have your, just doesn't make sense to have your stop loss above those last 2. But I could be wrong. Well, let's have a look how this, let's pull it across. Oof, yeah. Okay, that's pretty awesome to see, actually. Cool. All right. So this one I would delete. That's what I want to say. After a new 15-minute breaker structure, I delete the old order. Because if we're going up to this order, potentially it could be a big wick, but a lot of the times it would cause chalk, and then we're reversing back again. So I try to keep it as simple as possible so I can follow the rules. Let's see. Let's hold him for now. All right. Okay. What have we got here? Pretty big, impulsive breaker structure. Pretty nice looking 15-minute POI. Zoom in. Okay. I'll include this low because it leads to the imbalance, but we always include the high. That's where the discretion comes in a little bit. If you see this is imbalance here, I'll explain about that as well. I need to make some more educational videos, but I just wanted to get you. I think like watching someone backtest raw can really give you a good idea of their thinking, how they see the market. It like all comes together, and then I can split it up from there. So then I can see if anything people don't understand. Okay, same thing again. Could be a huge day. What would that be? 21, 12. Would have been nice. Oh, okay, that's it. Sweet. So I'm going to tally these up at the end. Let's just keep moving. Okay, so we've tapped the 4 hours. All these would be closed. Guess this is still valid for me. A little bit riskier. Because the target has already been reached, but okay. All right. So yeah, this one would not be valid anymore. I'll delete that. Delete that. Because we've got another breaker structure. So you'll see here I didn't take this. There's no breaker structure here. There's some consolidation, but yeah, you've got this wick over the top. Potentially I could have looked at some internal, but we didn't get any pullbacks, so we didn't miss anything there. I guess, yeah. Hold on a second. Some more. Okay. Yeah. Just the same thing over and over again. Let's see. One of these days it's going to break. We've got to be wrong. But that's what I think. You just trade the trend till you're wrong, and then you look at the reversal, because we're in a 4-hour POI. This is the area we'd like for it to break, and then we can look at longs. So until that happens, we just keep trading. But I'm more conservative. The target's already been reached, so the lows if we get. All right, now we're in spread hours. Let's have a look. Tagged in Asia. Be interesting. We're still in, I would say. Yeah, just. So the fact that we have all this imbalance, easily Asia to take the high. We don't have anyone from New York defending this area. But, let's see. Yeah, there we go. We're out. And we've got essentially what you would call, this is the breaker structure. Oh, I didn't see this 15 minutes. This would have been a bit of a hint. This is where we have a shock. Okay. Yeah, I just changed my stuff to black and white. So this is where we're looking out of. And this is a bit of the high's broken. Anyway, it was worth, I think that was still worth like a valid entry, because this is a bit of a weak chalk. This shows a bit more strength in reversal. I still like this point here. If we do come back to it, a lot of just all this really looks weak. Let me see, this is the last candle down. And this is the last 15 that caused the shock. Let me just label that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, well now we're got that shock. Guess we had that break of structure here. We broke this main high, which is pretty much a confirmation. And let's see. I don't like any of this. This is where I would want to be taking longs from, personally. Okay, you can see that again, these old unmitigated can potentially, but yeah, it's not high probability. Okay. I guess this like breakout candle did hold to push, but it looks like London's broken the high. Yeah, I don't like anything there. Okay. Okay, so now it's been a sweep. Is it? Oh, very close. I'll have to zoom in. Actually, no, it looks like it's just a break of structure. So in a downtrend, that would mean potentially a chock. If you wanted to, you could look at this. It's another type of setup because we're not really looking at like, this isn't a full reversal. It's like a scalp trade. I just want to show you for an example. Who knows, could just get smashed, but we would just be looking back down to here. Just like these are the type of little low time frame scalp trades, still with a 15-minute market structure, but it's an unconfirmed reversal. The only reason I would take that is that we're currently in a 4-hour downtrend. The only break of structure we had was an Asian session, and we are technically in a like bearish order block. But it would just be to like down to like, shorting to get long, essentially. Whoa, I wonder. Oh, it probably would have been stopped. But that's all right. That's why it's a bit more risky, But just to show you, maybe on these ones you give yourself a little bit more and then you do it. But our still main, we've got the chock, held this low. Still think this is the one. This unmitigated shock from the 4-hour POI. A lot of the times they do this to confuse you. We got sweep the lows, sweep the highs, sweep the highs, sweep the lows, sweep the highs, push down, and then push back. Like these whipsaw actions. And, oh, crazy. Yeah. So we're in that one. Conservatively, I would just be looking for the highs. And there we would have got that trade. Oh, okay, and yeah, pretty much at that we would have got that closed right in the close of Friday market. Okay, so let's tally this up. It was a miss, risk entry. What was that? $12.5. Plus 5R closed. No trades overnight. Or plus 12 held overnight. Oops. And that's a really good one. Plus 15, but I think it was only plus 4 or something. Yeah. Yeah, it can make a big difference holding them overnight, but just with my FTMO account, I don't do that, just in case. Plus 15 held overnight. Okay, this is a 14 but entered in Asia. This one's what, 21 perfect price action this week, actually, last week. 12 hour. This is wild. We not get one loss there. The things like, that's why market structure is so crucial. You know, you're only taking when it's actual breaker structure, you know, like here, if you want to just take every 15-minute POI, that's when you get swept. But taking these high probabilities, no, we did take a loss here. Two at the end of the week. Was in Asia though. -1 Asia. And yeah, just wicked out. Pretty sad. But. And this one plus 8.7. I think that was all. Oh, I don't know why this is so weird. Change that. Yeah, it was at 1 to the supply, 3.5. Okay, so then we've got the whole week. Let's have a look. Total. London, New York. Okay. 21, let's say 21 plus 5, 26, 32, 35. Let's go closing. Let's do realistically 37, 41, 62, 73. Whoa, like 81. And that's a closing overnight. It would be even more. You know, an extra 20 if you held them, obviously. -2, so yeah, 79 And Asia, 6.5. Let's just go 6, 17. What's that? 21, 31. 31 -1. Let me just open that up. 31 -1. 30 and that was just a week. Wow. So yeah, the opportunities are there. Literally just looking at the 4-hour and following 15-minute market structure, and only looking at chalk only matters when you're coming out of these 4-hour points of interest. And I'll do a video on how to identify proper points of interest soon enough. But yeah, awesome. Glad I could do that bar by bar for everyone there so you can see what's going on. And yeah, I think we're going to end the live now, and I'll upload this video very soon. Hey, thanks guys.